Death prowls above. Ascend only if you seek it.
You can barely hide your surprise. He's speaking the old tongue. It's rare to hear it in the Empire, and you never hear it in these savage lands. You wish you'd paid more attention to your tutors. You recognize the language, but you can't make out a word. The salamander's tongue flickers, tasting you on the air. It turns towards you, letting out a long, low rumble, followed by a series of hisses and chattering clicks. The lizard takes a step towards you, and its chattering grows louder. You feel like it's trying to tell you something, but you've no idea what.
A visitor. Such a rare and exquisite pleasure.
The elf tilts his head backwards, but his squinted eyes don't stray from yours.
Call me Riker. Please, do avail yourself of my creature comforts. You've surely come a long way. Perhaps not. But I know the wilds are all the wilder as the void encroaches. Do you agree, Godwoken? Don't be so naive. My doors only open on the occasion of truth. What you admit to them, you admit to me. I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek if you offer something in return. A completely fair exchange between sorcerers. You must go to the Black Pits. There's a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel Zorstis's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Riker's bargain. The episode passes. Riker is peering at you intently. He awaits your reply.
I would think that obvious, my dear. You're dying to show off those smoldering talents of yours. You just don't know how to handle them. I can help you with that. I can share my bond with the Source with you, fill your well to the brim, make you a master. The rest of the story, well, it's yours to write. Oh, but heading to the Black Pits would mean tangling with more magisters, and they're such a nuisance. I like keeping my hands clean, you see. It's a miracle of the ancients. Priceless, really, and powerful enough to draw the Magister's attentions. I won't bore you with further detail. Suffice it to say, it is safer in my hands than in theirs.
Riker's lips stretch and his cheeks bulge, but you couldn't rightly call his unusual grimace a smile.
I'm a man of taste, as you no doubt see. A relic this significant would make an incredible addition to my collection. Don't deny an old elf his simple pleasures. A promise you'd best fulfill.
Riker bows his head deeply.
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. Now please, don't let me keep you. Tarquin. Ah, that must be the fellow I found snooping in unwanted places. There are some types, deceitful types, that don't deserve to be among a place of such treasure. He doesn't appreciate what the dead can do for us, my friend.
He turns the back of his hand towards you and waves it back and forth, nudging you away.
Do be sure to see yourself out. These tomes demand my attention. Striking language. Smart writing. Forgotten.
He can't or won't look you in the eye.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Glad to see you well. Until later, then.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such a
You could be a dwarf, for starters.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you let that meeting sawdust from a cell floor.
Glad to see you well. Anything more?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. I don't come visiting, Ton. Who will?
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients. And
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of hire.
How you holding up?
Bishop Alexander was slain by singers, culprits in a lodge.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Just suppose the Madison will get rid of the boy woken anytime soon.
Now they've got that hellacious general
Until later, then.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right.
Exquisite.
As long as I don't
The
think about
perfect
it too
tool
much.
to rip a face from a corpse.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
I think I shall call it the Face Ripper. Now to harvest a few samples, gather some source orbs, and craft a new mask.
Tell me, have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to
Woke up
protect
this
us.
morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
Yes, yes.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada. Glad to see you well. Until later, then.
Back for a return visit? Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Could be worse, you know.
Hard to see how.
You could.
Yep.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Woke up this morning in a sweat.
Executes
Can't get
2
that
noblemen for insubordination.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Yeah. You suppose the Madisons will get rid of the void woken anytime soon?
Doubt it. Now they've got that hellacious general in charge. What do they call her? The Axe?
The hammer. Hope you're wrong. Time will tell, I suppose. Bishop Alexander was slain by Seekers. Culprit still at large.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Anything that will protect against void
Hear
woken.
ye! Hear ye! Divine order to march against the ancient
woken.
empire!
God knows what stuff those beasts.
Cold steel.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about
Hear
it too
ye!
much.
Hear ye! Bishop
You're safe among
Alexander was
friends.
slain
Never
by
forget it.
Seekers. Culprit still at large.
Anything that will protect against void woken.
I can turn aside fire, cold,
Hear ye! Hear ye!
woken.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Cold steel.
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Divine order to march against the
Easier
ancient
said than done,
empire!
Ada.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
Woke up this
The
morning.
kind that don't fancy starving. It's all well and good for you with your
You made it
rations.
back,
We've
safe
got to take what we
and
can get.
sound. That's all you
Keep
gotta
talking,
think about
dwarf,
right
and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side. But prices will go up, even for one of our own. Wars are brewing, my friend. Special prices for you while we're still... War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
Insubordination!
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
The ancient empire!
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Alexander was slain by singers! You suppose the Madison will get rid of the void woken anytime soon?
Doubt it. Now they've got that hellacious general in charge. What do they call her? The Axe?
The hammer. Hope you're wrong. Time will tell, I suppose. Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen
Keeping it together,
for
Bree.
insubordination!
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Have you anything that will protect against void woken?
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by singers! Culprits still at large!
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over! Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Hear ye! Queen Wouldn't you like to know?
executes
24 noblemen for insubordination!
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Divine order to march against the ancient empire! Hear ye! Hear ye!
Not cool for a giant cell, then.
John, what? For nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients. And
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
People don't want to leave town. Can't blame them. There's no safety in solitude.
Hear ye! Hear ye!
Well, keep steady.
Justinia
People still need potions.
24
Be
noblemen
by soon enough.
for insubordination!
together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. Glad to see you well. Anything more? Until later, then.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Could be worse, you know.
Why, I offer nothing
Can't
less
see
than
how.
the wisdom of the ancients. And
You could be a dwarf for starters.
The carved figure is a resplendent sight in this ramshackle village. Your touch creates a ripple across the mosaic as if it were water and not stone. A comforting warmth spreads through you, starting at your fingertips.
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Well, there you are. Been trying my hand at a few bows and such like you asked. Hope you like what you see. Anything else you want to chat about? Shame to you. Well, there you are. Anything else you want to chat about? Use the best wood I can find. Good rosewood ain't too common, but lutes made from it croon like songbirds. I like playing too, though my brother Laszlo was the real talent. Duets with him brought out the best in me. Shame to you.
I feel uneasy here. Found them.
Reveal yourself!
I'm ready! Reveal yourself! Show yourself! Show yourself!
These were true House of Shadows assassins. No match for a prince of the House of War.
I've spotted something.
The skeleton is old enough for flies to have eaten its flesh, though some of its owner's clothing still remains intact, including a belt with a gleaming buckle. The bones look properly intact, though its skull is askew, as if the skeleton is looking in a direction it shouldn't be able to. The belt may have been gnawed by rodents and reptiles, but the name engraved on its buckle is unmistakable: Victor. You see no blood or signs of struggle. The surrounding vegetation is green and healthy.
Huh. Looks like the faker got his comeuppance after all.
The shaggy dog keeps his distance, wary eyes sizing you up as his hackles rise.
You run away. Everyone here run away. All run from something. Like sticks. Balls? Understand. I understand. I ran away from bad man. Very bad man. Man wanted to make me spider food. I know. I can sniff good and bad. Like a bad. Bad man. So bad. I liked his house. Big garden of stones. Lots and lots of bones to dig. Good, tasty bones. But when I sniffed him, how he is for true, I ran and ran and ran.
He paws a few tentative steps closer and sniffs all around you, nose wrinkling with concentration.
Some bad. Most good. Good enough. Good enough.
He bounds forwards and licks your face effusively. His breath stinks of graveyard clay and ancient bones. Immediately, you feel an allergic reaction developing on your cheek, hot red blotches spreading in an angry rash. The dog scurries away to sniff about the area, leaving you with his approval and an itchy face.
when I think this land holds still. At least this is an interesting variation.
The wind is a gentle kiss. Come, feel it. Traveler, you are sick at heart and weary of limb. Come here, rest with me in the sun. Dear child, you sacrifice too much. You need peace, rest. Come here and stay with me a while.
A great pounding suddenly erupts in your chest. Your inner god roars and bellows, an incoherent, maddening cacophony.
It is awful how she treats you. She asks so much and gives so little in return. I am the only one who cares. She will say otherwise. She always does. And in the end, she'll betray you. Don't play her game. Think of yourself. Rest here. The sun is golden. No one will bother you. This moment can last forever. If you let...
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current. The fatigue ebbs away, then surges back.
Shh, don't fight it. This is how it's supposed to be. Sleep now. When you wake, it will be in a new world, a beautiful world. I only wanted to give you rest, not pain. Now, I leave you to my children. They are many. They are impatient. They lack my gentle touch. I am sorry, truly.
ordinary Voidwoken who spoke. That was the one who leads them.
It's true what the old miss told me. Victor, she said, you can't gamble forever. It's only a matter of time before your luck runs out. Bless her heart. So, you figured me out, did you? Was so proud of it, too. Even had the next heist lined up. Oh, looks like my thieving days are done, damn it. Tell you what, you were clever enough to figure me out. See that spot on your map? Might as well reap what I couldn't, you know? If you're the gambling type.
Looks like this place has seen better days. Much better days.
Gareth toils in monotony. Gareth freezes, then turns slowly towards you. His breaths are steady, his voice a monotone.
I'm digging my murdered parents' graves. I think it...
Gareth moves to continue his task, but his cadence falters. He pauses. Silence hangs, begging to be broken.
No, of course you didn't. Godwoken, I've seen Seeker's blood seeping into the sand. I waded through corpses on the deck of the Lady Vengeance. But when the lifeless eyes looking back at you are your own mother's, I just didn't know. I didn't know what darkness lied beyond pain. Now, well, now I do. Dallas's pets. Such helpful tools they are, too. The abominations do the dirty work and the whites keep their robes clean. Convenient. They're still there, spreading their rancid smell through the house. Paladins came to clean up the mess. In the name of Lucian, they say, and they seem to believe it.
Gareth shies away from you. His eyes pass over the half-filled graves, and he takes a shuddering breath.
I'm the one who has prayed. An endless litany. How many pleas does it take? How many tears do I have to shed? How much must I lose for the gods to listen?
Gareth forcefully exhales and looks past you to the nearby house. You fear he might snap the shovel's handle in two.
I've got no use for platitudes. Not from some mediocre sorcerer, inexplicably chosen as the Seven's special pet.
You swear you hear Gareth's pulse, galloping faster than a saddled mount. You've never heard such a thing before, but you suspect Gareth's heart is close to tearing.
If you want to help, then you find the craven wight that ordered their slaughter. Anyone that stands between you and truth, no matter the flag they fly or creed they follow, make them bleed!
His clenched jaw tightens further, and then, in an instant, Gareth's guard is broken. Tears well in his eyes. With every blink, a pearl of grief falls to his cheeks.
My parents, they did nothing to deserve this. They were good. Honest. More honest than me. I'd give my own life to bring them back. I never got that last chance to tell them I loved them. I never got to say goodbye. You're right. There's nothing more to be done here. Lucian, forgive me. And please, Godwoken, please forgive me too.
Creature. It's not Donna, not anymore. It's the Magister's property. Let them handle it. Besides, what's the old...
The two paladins Gareth mentioned are arguing in front of the door to the modest farmstead. As they notice your arrival, they stop talking and look at you quizzically.
We're guarding this house. Wise to stay well back. There's a bunch of silent monks inside who've tasted blood today. Already killed in there, so they did. They didn't kill anybody. The Magisters who control them did. You know Donna, she wouldn't hurt a fly. Not until they turned her. But they did turn her. And now she's not Donna anymore. Get it through your head. The poor creature should be put down. No, wait! Surely, maybe someday they can be fixed. When all this source nonsense is over.
The other Magister rolls his eyes and shakes his head as he turns to face you.
In any event, it's our business, not yours. You just stay well away from the door and you'll be perfectly safe. You can't do that. They were people who were loved. It's not right to butcher them like cattle. You're right. Here, take the key. We'll leave you to it. I don't want to see Donna like that again. You'll remember her as she was, Jad. The real her.
Paladin William nods his thanks to you, and with a last sorrow-filled glance at the house, Paladin Jad turns to follow his companion away.
But, fine.
The lumpen, silent monk stands like a pillar of decaying flesh. So still it seems he is not even breathing. All of a sudden, like a bellows, he exhales a fetid gust right into your face. The stench of rot shrouds you, coating you in a way you fear will never truly be washed away. He looks through your eyes with seeming disinterest as the life ebbs from his body, drop by drop, until he is gone and the flesh that housed him slumps to the ground. Emaciated of body and spirit, this silent monk stands straighter than the others, the remnants of military bearing clear in her posture. This must be Donna, the one spoken of by the paladins guarding the door. She gives no indication at all that she has heard you, save for a single tear dripping from one eye. Her tears flow along with her blood, yet, even in the moment of death, she does not break her silence. This dwarven monk hangs his head, as if looking down at his feet. A wretched gurgling noise issues from him. Staring down into his face, you realize you were staring into mutilation. He has no eyes, his empty sockets crawling with blood maggots. The gurgling sound comes from his stitched mouth, though no meaning can be understood. He does not resist in the least, merely slumps to the ground with one final gurgle. This silent monk looks like she was only recently converted. Her beautiful face is unblemished, and the eyes looking at you are not yet the full fulgent black of other silent monks you have seen. One of her hands trembles. Twitching, it reaches out to you. Her hand is cold and smooth, like that of a porcelain doll. Jerkily, as if unused to movement, she strokes your hand gently and looks into your eyes. Her lips part and her mouth moves. Did she whisper, "Save me," or "Slay me"? Or did you only hear what you wanted to hear in the whispers of the wind? Her eyes squeeze shut and her whole body trembles, but she puts up no resistance as you kill her.
May Gareth always choose the right path. Nothing we didn't see coming. We always knew Gareth was fated for greatness. As a boy, he'd leap through the fields with wooden sword in hand, slaying imaginary demons, protecting us from whatever evil he would dream up. We also knew that good men make enemies. We knew evil would come, and so it did. Not as a demon or as a witch, but as a man Gareth once knew as a friend. Jonathan. He watched eagerly as those shambling husks descended. It seemed like a game to him. Like theatre. We would never blame Gareth. The righteous always pay a price. May the Seven will it. He will always be the hero we know him to be. We always want to believe in each other. It's what separates us from the void. It's what makes our existence worthwhile. It's what we do next that defines us. We can respond with treachery, or we can rise above. I trust that you will. May Gareth always choose the right path.
spillage all over the floor.
This Manchester didn't die by a sword, anyway. Something's afoot here.
none.
My thanks for your help.
He takes a pull from a water canteen, then splashes some over his blood-stained hands.
No, it ain't mine. A sorcerer fugitive was hiding here. Some of the locals were stupid enough to help him. We got a tip-off, but he wasn't willing to go quietly. These Voidwoken appeared, thanks to him. It was messy. A lot of the locals didn't make it, and those that did, well, there's a price for helping sorcerers.
Any trace of gratitude for your help against the Voidwoken drains away in an instant.
Take my advice and don't say another word, hear me? Sorcerers brought this plague down on us. Them and the sort of folk who see fit to help them. They'll all get what they deserve. You can join them if you like. Otherwise you can shut your trap. Good choice. Now make another good choice and don't let me see you around here again.
The stench of dead Voidwoken assails you. The thought occurs, sorcerers caused this.
Source may have caused this, but only Source can set it right. The Magisters are blind to its light.
To think, this destruction could have been averted if sorcerers had shown some restraint. Perhaps the Magisters are more justified than I imagined.
Source is like life, a twin of death. The sooner the Magisters accept this, the better.